Well, good afternoon. Just a word about the decision on the designation of the military wing of Hezbollah as a terrorist organization. The United Kingdom welcomes this decision. This is something that we've asked for, that we've pressed other countries for, and that we proposed a couple of months ago. So I'm very pleased that that has been agreed, that the EU has shown strong unity on that. It shows that there are consequences for violent action on European soil, that European countries will stand together, will use the powers that are available to them. So I think it sends a very strong message about that. I think it will help us to cooperate across Europe in dealing with terrorism. So I welcome this decision. And I hope it will also deter further terrorist activity on European soil. BBC?
On a practical level, can you really distinguish between the military wing and the political wing? Because Hezbollah will do all they can to make that dividing line murky.
Well, in the way we implement this designation, we have to distinguish as best we can. There are some distinctions within Hezbollah itself. They do have a political council and a military or military equivalent council. That's not to say that is exactly the neat distinction that can be made. But I think we will do our best under these regulations, under this designation, to make sure we distinguish between them and to send the signal that Hezbollah has a political role to play in Lebanon, that is understood. But violent action, violence, is unacceptable. And I think, therefore, it is important to make that distinction. The distinction is also made in many national governments in the way they imply a designation to Hezbollah. So I think we will be able to do that. Other questions?
Visa bans just as much as to just assets? Will individuals be allowed to travel still?
Well, that will be that will depend on the way we implement this. Certainly, this gives the additional powers over such bans. It also provides for preventing fundraising, for seizing funds that are raised. It helps law enforcement authorities in the countries of the EU to work together effectively in countering any further attempt at terrorism by Hezbollah. So in various practical ways it helps, but it also sends a strong signal of European countries working together on this. So one other question, maybe over here. Yes, okay. One question here and then one back to the BBC.
Supporters included in this decision, supporters of Hezbollah, the fundraising and the money.
Again, this will be made clear in the way we implement this designation and the way the European Union implements it. The European Union will continue to be able to talk to the various parties in Lebanon. We will continue our work to try to help the stability of Lebanon. In fact, the United Kingdom is doing a lot. We are helping to fund the border operations of the Lebanese armed forces, their border security. We're all concerned about the stability of Lebanon at a time of such crisis in Syria. But we will be able to take particular measures against those who we think might be associated with terrorism. And that is the right combination. On the balance of competences?
Yeah, just very briefly. I mean, the first of, obviously, a series of long, complex documents being released today. What is their political importance?
Their importance is to provide, in a country like Britain, with a great deal of debate about the European Union, is to provide facts, to provide evidence from many organizations about how power is used, how competence is used by the European Union and by nation states. So it's to help to provide a common understanding, particularly for political parties who may have different views, of course, at the next general election. We will all be able to put forward our European policies. The Conservative Party has a very clear policy about needing a new settlement in Europe. And improving the competitiveness of the European Union and flexibility, improving democratic accountability, and having a referendum of the British people in the future. It's open to other parties to put forward different policies. These reports, and this is the first installment of them, the first 6 of a series of, there will be 4 installments of these reports, are helping to provide the fact base, the evidence base for the political debate in Britain and the rest of Europe to be well informed. Okay, thank you very much indeed.